This presentation will be summarising the Blue Ocean strategy and providing an overview of the worldwide and Australian trends in out-of-home media. Although this presentation won't be going into much detail, the information provided should leave you with a substantial understanding of the two. Marketing concepts can be defined as the philosophies where a business's goal can be best achieved through identification and satisfaction of the customer's needs. Businesses adopt different philosophies in relation to marketing their product. Some claim that they are customer-oriented, and others say that they offer value to their customers. The marketing concept is the overall philosophy that businesses should analyze the needs of their customer and make decisions based on satisfying those needs. The Blue Ocean strategy is a strategy developed by W. Chan Kim and Renee Malborn. It is the creation of a new, uncontested market space that makes competition irrelevant and creates a new consumer value while decreasing the costs. According to the authors, competing in overcrowded marketplaces is a bad option if the business is wanting to sustain high performance. The real opportunity is to create a blue ocean of uncontested market space. As in a blue ocean, demand is created and not fought over. There are two ways to create a blue ocean. The less common option is to launch the business in a completely new industry, for example, just like how eBay did with the online auctions. The more popular option is for a business to move to a blue ocean strategy from within a red ocean, where the business expands the boundaries and creates its own market with a value innovation. Value innovation is the creation of a product or service with differentiation and low cost, developing an increase in value for both buyers and the company. The concept of value innovation is developed to create the new market space. Value to buyers comes from the business utility minus its cost, and because value to the company is generated from the business's price minus its cost, value innovation is achieved only when the whole system of utility, price, and cost is aligned. As you can see in the value innovation diagram on screen, the creation of a blue ocean is about driving costs right down, while at the same time increasing the value for customers. Value innovation is more than just innovation, it's innovation with a strategy. The strategy canvas serves two purposes. Firstly, it captures the current situation in the already existing marketplace, which allows you to see where the business are currently investing and competing on. You will see the strategy canvas on the screen now for Yellowtail Wines. The horizontal axis showcases the range of things that the wine industry currently competes on, and the vertical axis represents the offering level that the consumers receive. The value-cost trade-off is the view that a company has the choice between creating more value for customers but at a higher cost, or reasonable value for customers at a lower cost. You can break the value-cost trade-off by answering 4 questions which are a part of the 4 actions framework. You will see the diagram on screen now. This framework is used to reconstruct buyer values in creating a new value curve to break the trade-off between differentiation and low cost in creating a new value curve. The framework poses 4 key questions that challenge an industry's strategic logic. The questions are as follows. Which of the factors that the industry takes for granted should be eliminated? Which factors should be reduced well below the industry standard? What factors should be raised well above the industry standard? And what factors should be created that the industry has never offered? Now let's take a look at this real-world example. Yellowtail Wines are a very popular example of a business who has implemented the Blue Ocean strategy. Firstly, eliminate. By removing the fancy terminology and distinctions from the bottles, removing the stigma behind the aging qualities, and eliminating the above-the-line marketing, Yellowtail defy the norm of wine selection, but create a new market for those who are interested in cheap, easy-drinking wine. Secondly, reduce. Wines traditionally compete on aging quality, vineyard prestige, and complexity. Yellowtail Wines made their labels basic, the words less complex, and were the first wine label to add an animal to their design. Thirdly, raise. Yellowtail set their prices above budget wines, but below prestigious wines. The wine will be readily available in retail stores with minimal selection and at an attractive price compared to other established wines. Fourthly, create. Yellowtail wanted to provide their new market with easy drinking, ease of selection, and a sense of fun and adventure, which is certainly not the normal thought process when selecting wine. Businesses that are in the red ocean are in a saturated marketplace that already exists. These businesses only make the value-cost trade-off. All businesses in the red ocean compete with the same best practice rule. In the example on screen, you can see a selection of wine brands that all compete against the same factors. In the blue ocean, there is no competition, and in return, businesses make the value-cost trade-off and capture and create a new demand. As you can see, Yellowtail are alone in the blue ocean with no other wines to compete against. The Blue Ocean strategy provides buyers with a win and society benefits from improved efficiency, which in turn creates a win-win outcome. Moving on to the next part of this presentation, I will be talking about the trends in worldwide and Australian out-of-home media. Out-of-home media is technically any media that is outside of the home. This media has a very broad target market and can reach consumers at almost any point of their day-to-day lives. Whether it be running to the shops to get essential groceries or going for a walk with a dog, it is almost certain that you'll pass some form of out-of-home media. It is the oldest form of advertising that humans have, and even after all these years of it being in place, it is still extremely effective at reaching the audience. This type of media has three categories. Traditional out-of-home media. This comes in forms such as billboards, posters, buses, commuter railways and subways, transit shelters, bus stops, and taxis. This style of advertising has been around for decades and is still around today. Non-traditional out-of-home media is in places like malls, fitness clubs, cinema, gas stations, and laundromats. This is a newer form of advertising, but has still been around for many years. Mobile out-of-home media consists of scooters, segways, mobile billboards attached to cars or bikes, wrapped vehicles, and pop-up stores. This form of media is definitely a more modern form and wasn't available until the past few years. It is becoming more and more popular to see around cities and busy towns. The main change that out-of-home media has experienced is the conversion to digital media. Billboards and bus advertising now have LCD technology instead of paper posters with glass protection. Integration is enabling the world to become more connected. Digital out-of-home media is giving consumers the ability to scan codes on outdoor advertising and easily access the brand's websites and products at just the click of a button. A great example of this integration is Ocean's NHS Blood campaign. They have used augmented reality by connecting consumers' phones via Bluetooth to LCD displays in shopping malls to fill a virtual bag of blood to show their support. We are starting to see more out-of-home media integrated into the developing digital infrastructures in cities, much like Times Square in New York, where they have Link New York, which are public Wi-Fi hubs combining digital signage with super-fast Wi-Fi, built-in device charging, and a tablet giving access to the local maps and other points of interest around the city. In Paris, 100 of the city's old newspaper kiosks have now been upgraded to digital touchscreens, offering digital self-service, event ticket sales, and device charging facilities. Digital displays have become increasingly effective at targeting their audience, with technologies such as gender recognition and vehicle recognition enabling better targeting. At a Holland Park roundabout site, a campaign for Renault Megane identified drivers from their number plates and served advertising based on their car model. Recognition technology is becoming more advanced, with new technologies such as emotion recognition entering the market, which is game-changing. The technology already exists on small scale. For example, the Xbox One console Kinect sensor can track facial expressions and even sense changes in users' heart rates. In the future, out-of-home media displays will be able to pick up on the emotions of people who are walking by and advertise to them based on the emotional state. Thank you for your time watching this presentation. It's important to remember that it is crucial for marketers to do in-depth research to make sure their brands, products, and services are following the correct marketing strategies and being advertised with the correct methods of promotion. It is especially important for your brand to keep up with trends and have a competitive advantage among others. But if you're in a blue ocean, you won't have to worry so much about those competitors.